Everything comes from the imagination.
The mind is but a magnet to what you want.
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
And they talk about manifesting. It's fucking real, man. Manifesting is real.
I've manifested things that I'm just like, I still shock myself, like, how the fuck did I make that happen?
When you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you devote your life to it, like you're all in on this thing, and you manifest, most of these people end up doing what they say they're going to do and being who they say they're going to become.
People don't understand. We still don't understand. I still don't understand how powerful it is. I'm still learning. But I know one thing is I can make things happen.
Today, humanity, science, technology, and philosophy have reached understandings that were unimaginable a mere 100 years ago. So, what's really going on here? What are we doing, and what should we do with this knowledge moving forward? Look around you. The world seems so familiar and real. Your personal belongings, your home, your friends and family, and, ultimately, yourself. All of it is made up of atoms. Through the study of Brownian motion, discovered in 1827, it became evident that all matter consists of individual particles, atoms, that can group together into molecules. Atoms form larger blocks, which then make up substances, materials, or living cells. But as it turns out, atoms can also be divided. Each atom consists of protons and electrons. And even that's not the limit. Protons can be broken down into numerous elementary particles. So, is there a limit? To date, there are dozens of hypotheses and theories about who we are, where we came from, and where we're going. The theory of our world as a virtual reality continues to provoke debates and discussions. The scientific community generally agrees that the universe originated from the Big Bang. But on the other hand, how could anything meaningful emerge from an explosion? While we cannot definitively prove or disprove any particular theory, they all merit further scientific investigation. Let's return to what we know, what we can influence, and what we can control.
If you want to understand who you are, you first need to understand who you are not. Once you comprehend, realize, and experience that the mind you are is present in all things, it becomes simple. The movement of a finger is no different from the movement of a glass of water, a bottle, or anything else. The universe is one living being, and the mind of this being exists in all things. We call it awareness. That's why you can influence absolutely everything. You already are everything. And only two things happen. There is ego, and there is spirit. The ego thinks it is you, and what you are thinking right now is the ego. Spirit is what you truly are, the one who is aware of these thoughts. You are aware when you are thinking, and aware when you are not thinking. So clearly, you are not your thoughts. You know when you think, and you know when you don't think. Therefore, knowledge has nothing to do with thought. So why use thoughts at all?
The brain is not your mind. The mind is intelligence. The brain is just a computer, and the nervous system is a machine. You are not your body. You are invisible consciousness. Every thought is accompanied by an emotion. Thoughts are electric, emotions are magnetic. Your emotions are felt in your heart, which creates an electromagnetic field. Your emotional state generates your vibration, and your vibration attracts your reality. You attract the frequency you operate on. The mind creates matter. The external world reflects the state of your internal thoughts and emotions. You set your frequency with your mind and your thoughts. You must align your mind to the frequency of what you want, and when you become that frequency, you will attract it. Right now, you are the result of your past thoughts and emotions. To change your future, you must change your thoughts now. Your emotions are not what you were taught. They are energy in motion. Your emotions should not be reactive. You must control your emotions because they are the creative force that attracts things to you. Your emotions were given to you to manipulate matter. Your state determines how energy will condense and what form it will take. This is proof that anything is possible. Because you are the creator.
Everything in the universe comes from a single pattern, the flower of life. It is also the pattern for the creation of everything that exists, even non-material things like emotions, thoughts, and the entire spectrum of music. Everything stems from this image. It transcends any race or religion. These drawings are closely tied to nature. You'll notice that this image is always stopped after the 19th circle. Why? Because they didn't want you to see what I'm about to show you. Back then, this knowledge was so sacred it couldn't be shared freely. In biology, we know that all cells have membranes. These circles around the flower of life are its membrane. If we remove this membrane and complete the circles, you'll discover a secret. By finishing the drawings, you get this, the fruit of life. This image of 13 circles is one of the most sacred symbols in the world. It's called the fruit because it represents the result. It's feminine, containing no straight lines. But when we add masculine lines to this feminine shape, something extraordinary happens. You get an image known across the universe as Metatron's cube. It's one of the most important informational systems in existence, a fundamental pattern of creation. Metatron's cube holds immense significance for all creation, as it contains the laws and principles underlying the universe's structure. As an informational system, it organizes and harmonizes the space where its image or symbol is present, operating on a subtle level invisible to the eye. The essence of the universe is what Metatron's cube embodies. It represents the transition from 2D to 3D space, from 3-dimensional to 4-dimensional, and so on.
Projections are based on distant memories. Patterns were established in childhood. Suppressed memories prevent you from recognizing what you observe as projections. Our programs operate based on our beliefs. Programs of separation lead to illness and war. We could program health and happiness. We know we're running a program when we're compulsively unable to stop doing something. Projections are old programs. What you program is what will occur. If I perceive that someone has the power to enslave me, that's exactly what I create. We can choose what to think and see. There's either a personal program or an inherent characteristic of others. This is crucial because unconscious actions can destroy the planet. The problem is that unconscious beliefs are automated. That's why we don't realize what we're creating, even though we're constantly creating. And in the end, we find what we were looking for.
The spiritual world is far more real than you think. You're not just a body, you're an incredibly powerful being made of energy, light, and force. But in the routine of everyday life, you're asleep, forgetting this and not understanding why you're so unhappy. The beliefs, patterns, and fears you carry, it's because you've forgotten who you really are. The surprise is that we've lived long enough for some of us to start getting it. We're realizing how much of this is a scam. We're realizing that everything we're supposed to work for is meaningless. We're realizing that our politicians are just clowns. We see that professional scientists are opportunists trembling over their reputations. We discover that all organizations are rotting with vanity. We're getting it. And then, as intellectuals, because everyone who gets it is an intellectual, as they reject programming designed to distract them, we find ourselves becoming strangers to others. That's what getting it means. It means understanding that BMWs, Harvard diplomas, or whatever else, it's all nonsense, manipulated and inflated, mostly producing a crowd of ignorant people trying to figure out which fork to use.
Imagine there's a cookie on the floor and an ant. The ant senses the cookie and begins moving toward it. For the ant, the cookie is somewhere in the future. It doesn't see it but feels it's there. For you, looking from above, this situation is happening in the present, while for the ant, it's in the future. Now, when you feel like you're moving toward a dream, sensing it as your desire or goal, you might not see it, but it's already realized in your present. And if you look from above, you'll understand that you and your dream are already aligned. You just need to keep moving a little further.
Try living for a month with the mindset that you are infinite consciousness that knows everything. It doesn't mean you'll stop doing ordinary things, but you'll approach them from a new perspective. Instead of thinking, "This is me," think, "This is an experience I'm going through." Do this every day for a month. It will change your life. You'll realize that the person you thought you were isn't your true essence. The key is to consistently apply this mindset. Tell yourself, "I am infinite consciousness experiencing this moment." The experience isn't you. You are something greater. This will truly transform your life.